very exciting, I know. It is. Are you sure you trust us with it? Well, I know, because you're up against Branson and Bezos, aren't you? Well, I know, and I didn't know you were in the space race, Gary. Well, if you're sure, well, we're already in it already, and we've launched the Newman 480 Star Stepper. I know. We don't know what the buttons do. Andy's been pressing things all night. So far, he's got the cigarette lighter working, but that's about all. What, pull the big lever. Right, well, I think we're on anyway. Listen, Gary, all the very best. Take care. Hope the new single's going well. Speak to you soon. Bye. Andy, Gary says pull the big lever.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Jesus, I can feel it moving. There's a bit of a rumble. I think we're off. This is it. We should probably let everybody in on the secret, really, shouldn't we? This is very, very exciting. Gary Newman's lent us his Newman 480 Space Hopper, his new adventure into the space race against Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos. This is so exciting, and particularly as in its very first journey into space, we're joined by a very, very special guest star. Who have we got with us, Andy?
Yeah, we got Johnny Diamond with us tonight. Travelling through the cosmos.
Johnny Diamond in space.
Gary Newman's rocket.
Yeah, the Newman 480.
Right, Johnny.
It is very exciting.
Right,
very exciting to be on this spacecraft. It is. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Don't press that one. Oh, Christ, not that one. That's Andy's ejector seat.
Tell you what, Jules, your acting is brilliant.
It's good,
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, dear me. It's going to be one of those nights tonight, I'm afraid. Because, it is good, Andy. It is good. And it is a very exciting night because we have got Johnny with us. Johnny, welcome. It's great to have you on board the spaceship as well as the show.
Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure. It's been a long time coming because we've had loads of your songs on before, which we've thoroughly enjoyed. And, well, I don't want to give too much away, but we've got a very special one of your songs on tonight as well, haven't we?
A recent one,
It kind of suits the theme. Yeah, Ace, yeah. And it kind of suits the space theme as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm a big sci-fi fan. I am a bit of a Trekkie as well, especially the original series. Yes.
Well, that's good. Well, you can point out some stars and planets as we're going along, perhaps, Johnny. Just to put you on the spot slightly. That'd be.
We're just going past Ursa Minor.
Oh, are we?
Are we there already?
Yes.
Is it too early for a Uranus joke, Andy? I'll say
it's always too early.
I'll save that for later. So we have got a very exciting show lined up tonight. Andy, we've got some... as always, you've pulled together some amazing stuff from around the globe. We've gone very close to home on a couple of them as well, which is really nice. So within our very close community. And particularly starting off, as always, you always bring out a classic to start off with. And this is a proper classic. This is a beauty. It is. What have we got coming up first?
We've got Dave Julian, and we've got his absolute... I don't know how to describe it, really. I had a little bit of a thought the other day. I was thinking, we haven't had a Dave tune on for some time. Then I was thinking, what should we put on? Then I was thinking, we have never played Crushed by You, which is one of Dave's absolute signature tunes, for me anyway. When I hear it, the first second of Dave Julian, Crushed by You, it's that kind of tune. Yeah. It's classic Dr. Boom.
It is classic Dr. Boom in the room. Johnny, have you heard this song before prior to the show tonight?
Well, absolutely, because I've known Dave from when he first started his journey into home studio recording, because I bought the Tascam multi-tracker into a hardware piece of kit, and Dave bought one as well, the same model. So we were sort of advising each other and learning as we went along. And this is one of the first tracks, one of the early tracks I heard him do, and it's all brilliant stuff. Obviously, what Dave does.
Does anybody want to know what kit's on it?
Yeah, please.
I've got a kit list.
I want the kit list.
We've got a Tempest. We've got a Dreadbox Nix. We've got an OB6. We've got a Nord Electro. And we have the analog keys as well. So a chocolate box of delicious gear on there.
This was on the first Only Human album as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. I just hate the idea of it just sitting in SoundCloud land. You know, maybe not getting the recognition it deserves. So it's on tonight, and it's starting the show because it's an absolute stonker. It's brilliant.
It is, and it's quite. I find this quite a moving piece as well. There's beautiful piano in it. And to get the songs playing tonight, we've got new equipment to use, obviously, because we're on board the Newman 480. So you're going to have to press the song launch button. But before you did so, if for any reason whatsoever you were wishing to try and think back into your past, because we're trying to go into the future inside the Newman 480. If you were to think into your past, to your childhood perhaps, and wrap a childhood memory around this song, perhaps something from the TV or something, what would you wrap around this?
Do you remember a series called Children of the Stones?
I do.
This would serve better as the theme tune to Children of the Stones than the already brilliant Children of the Stones theme tune.
I'll tell you what, why don't you push the launch button and let's have a listen to Dave Julian, Crushed by You, and just embrace what is a beautiful piece of music.
Only Human Radio.
Wow, Dave Julian, Crushed by You. Everything he does is brilliant, but his back catalogue is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, he's moved. I said this is the Dave Julian signature sound, and I think, just to be fair to him, he's coming up with a few different sounds recently. So, yeah, it's what when I hear it, I think that's Dave Julian. He has been exploring other avenues of late, but I love this one. Yeah, it needed to be on the show, and we shouldn't have waited so long to put it on.
Absolutely, but it's just great because Dave's got so many. He's just got this array of brilliant pieces of music that we can just plunge into at any point in time. So again, if anybody wants to listen to more of Dave's stuff, where's the best place to have a listen?
Well, he's got a couple of tunes for sale on Bandcamp. Right. But if you're like me and you're a bit of a skinflint, then all of his back catalogue, pretty much, of these recent years, is free to listen to on SoundCloud. Okay. And it is it's a treasure trove of stuff.
Superb, brilliant. Well, do delve away into that because Dave has got some amazing pieces of music. If you've never seen him or heard him before tonight, you will love pretty much everything he's done. And again, when we're able to do live performances again, Dave's a stalwart of the live performances that we do at Story House and in Sheldon's and a number of other places. So please do pop along and see us next time we're doing something like Johnny, we're going past, is that a planet or is that a star? I can't quite work out what it is out of the left window there.
Probably a dwarf nebula of some kind, I'm not sure.
Is it? Look quite short. Yeah. Okay, smashing. All right, well, I'll keep an eye out for the next one. Right, so that was... because obviously we're on the Newman 480. Anyway, coming up next, well, Andy, I don't really know how to introduce this.
It's a new tune by Dr. Skime.
It is a new tune by Dr. Skime. What's it called, Andy?
It's oh, cheers! You jumped in first, haven't you? It's called Dead Dog's Dick.
It is called Dead Dog's Dick.
And I'm assuming. Well, I'm assuming that the dead dog's owner was called Dick, and it's a song about the dog's owner. Is how I've interpreted that.
I've not. I've interpreted he's walked past a dead dog on the street and he's seen his dick and he's gone, that's a dead dog's dick. That's right. That's right. Okay. I looked at the whole thing. How did you find it?
You weren't. I think it was interesting. It was very interesting. It was very busy, wasn't it? It's a busy track. I mean, I'm assuming this is modular synthesis, which is all a bit of a mystery to me. I'm just a sort of playing synthesizers as keyboards man, but this is more modular synthesis, isn't it? All sorts of samples and stuff going on.
I know that he uses a lot of Dead Dog's Dick digital hardware. He sent me a message. Well, he sent us a message saying that he's described it as Dead Dog's Dick hardware acid, and that's what we've got.
Yeah, it was pretty 303-tastic throughout there. That was, I mean, the 303 is just beautiful throughout this again and again. We've had this a couple of times in a couple of shows where we've mentioned that there's it's like with Matt Garnett, Sword Swinging Robot. He knows how to use the 303. He really knows when to stick it in, when to pull it out. And this has got 303 throughout, but it's used beautifully. It's really deep, thick. Dead Dog's Dick.
The thing is, though, with Joel and Dr. Skime, you feel sometimes like you've been punched in the face for a few minutes. And this is one of those tunes. It's sort of like, like Johnny says, it is quite busy, but I absolutely love having this stuff on. Loved it. Hardware acid.
Do you notice the church bell in there as well, Johnny? It sounded like a church bell, was it?
Yeah, something like that. There was all sorts going on, though, wasn't there? It certainly didn't get boring. There was all sorts going on all the way through it, really.
Oh yeah, it's like that really dark, dirty Dead Dog's Dick. Dirty stuff really, really well.
It does.
But this is like a real late night. It's 3 a.m, you've been boozing hard and you need a really good song to get you going in the nightclub. All of a sudden this pops on. Tell you what, lads, I'm getting up to this one. That's what that is to me. It's a real proper, it's going to get you out of your seat. Well, it'll get me out of the seat anyway.
It's as dirty as a dead dog's dick.
It is exactly that, Johnny.
Yeah.
It is.
Whoever Dick was. Just keeping it PG.
Tell you what, Should we? Well, unless you want to suddenly rewind back to your childhood again, Andy, and or Johnny, anybody can jump in on this. I'd written down Trapdoor Willie Rushton because every time. Do you remember Trapdoor? Used to be little plasticine figures and all that. So every time you open the trapdoor,
little blobby.
Yeah, little blobby fella, and then there was the funny skeleton head thing, and then you'd open the trapdoor and there'd be something down there. You never quite knew what was going to be underneath that trapdoor, but there was always something which would delight you or give you fantastic entertainment. Maybe a dead dog stick.
Dead dog stick.
But that's what that gave to me, is that every time we open a Dr. Skime little trapdoor, there's something in there. I don't know what I'm going to get, but I know I'm going to like it, and that's what I got tonight.
Yeah.
Do you want to push the launch button, Andy?
Only Human Radio. Only Human Radio.
Oh, crikey. That was down and dirty. It really was in that nightclub, 3 o'clock in the morning. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Again, if we want to listen to more Dr. Skime, where do we ramble on to, Andy?
Again, he's very generous with his music. It's all there on SoundCloud. I think he even I think you can even it's downloadable.
Right.
So you can stream it. You can even download it as well if you want.
Right, okay. So coming up next, we've got... Johnny, it's you.
Right.
It's Johnny Diamond. We've got Space Funk Child. I said, what, I'm going to hand over to Andy for this because he's far better at this sort of thing than I am. So let's have a little chat about your song here.
The minute I heard it, I absolutely love the sound on this, and I love the sort of the vibe it created. And I couldn't contact you quick enough really to see if we could have it on the show.
Nice.
But it's brilliant. I absolutely love. It's really, really right up my street. This sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I was trying to do something a little bit different, really, and I thought, I've been listening to a lot of sort of 70s and 80s jazz funk and other sort of stuff, and I thought, I fancy doing something like that, you know. And I thought, I've got this vocoder on the microcord, and I thought maybe fit that in, and had some. I found a nice pad sort of sound on the Prophet Rev 2. And took it from there. I used a guide track, sort of a funk drum guide track, for timing purposes, but then later on my good friend Neil Johnson did proper drums on it for me.
Ah.
Oh, it's live drums, is it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, they're proper from scratch, those drums.
Right, because I'd written down fantastic percussion on that. I mean, the percussion is just, it's brilliant, it's superb.
Yeah, that's Neil Johnson. He's featured on quite a few of my tracks. I usually work to a guide track to produce a song, and then I send him a mix, and he does the drums for me, and he's pretty good. Other times I do use the drum machine, the RX5 drum machine.
Right.
But no, Neil did that one. And yeah, I just wrote this sort of Sci-Fi-esque words to it, and used the vocoder, and had a bit of fun with it, really, bass guitar, bit of funky sort of guitar riffs going on, and it seemed to come together, And then the chant, the Galaxy of Funk chant running through. Sorry?
The vocoder. I own a microKORG, and I'm constantly surprised by how good the microKORG actually is. That vocoder sounds like a much more expensive vocoder than comes with the microKORG. Is it one of the presets, or did you tweak it, or?
Just one of the presets as it came out, but I did use the stereo output going into the recorder, so yeah, it's a stereo, and then I sort of EQ'd it up and added some effects and stuff. But that actual track that we're going to listen to, that's my mix, my production, my version, but it is being professionally remixed, so it might sound even better by the time professionals have played around with it,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is though, if that's like the rough demo, then I can't wait to hear the pro mix of it. It was a bit reminiscent of Air for me as well. I think that's the vocoder though.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, there's a lot of influences going on in there, I'm just trying to think of where I got the idea from some of it from, but it's sort of 80s jazz funk and all them sort of sounds mixed in together to try and create something with my own mark on, rather than just sounding samey. Trying to do something unique. It's always difficult, because whatever you do in music, it's always been done somewhere by someone. Whatever you do, it's the way you put it together, and the way you do your vocal lines and everything else that makes it. You put your own mark on it, and you make an original piece of music. So I'm just having fun at the moment. I'm just a hobbyist, I don't have a record contract or anything like that. Not that I'm probably not even bothered about a record contract, but just having fun and enjoying myself.
And it sounds, it sounds in all of your songs exactly that. It genuinely does sound like you're enjoying yourself, and that's such a nice thing, because that's what this is all about, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it stopped me from going mad during the lockdown, that's certainly helped quite a lot, actually.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the same with all of us. It's it is it's a very cathartic thing to do, music, and it does help a lot of us. It eases life's worries away to be able to make some music, and it's platforms like this where it's nice for people to come and actually play their songs. So and we normally do this at the end, Andy. We might as well just segue this in here. So if anybody wants to put their music through into the show, how would they contact us and do that?
Yeah, you can transfer your music or send us a link to SoundCloud or your Bandcamp or what have you. If you want to actually send us the music or talk to us, then it's onlyhumanradio@gmail.com. onlyhumanradio@gmail.com.
And we would love to play any song that comes through. Genuinely, we'd love to play it, so just pop it through. Love to. But I love this song, Johnny. It's absolutely amazing. And I've certainly written down that From the Galaxy of Funk line that you'd put in there as well, which just sums the whole song up. This is the Galaxy of Funk. And you know what? We are flying through the Galaxy of Funk right now on the Newman 480.
We better put this on then.
We better
put it on now.
Do you want to press the launch button, Andy? This is exciting.
Only Human Radio.
Well, we did just pass that massive nebula, and because we were on the Newman 480 with from the galaxy of funk, is that randomly stuttering enough to try and come out of that brilliant piece of music? Probably not, really, is it?
You weren't reading that, were you?
I wish I was. It would have been a lot more smooth and silky had I done so. That was an amazing piece of music.
That's a tune. That's an absolute tune.
Right, I'm going to hand over to Andy now for once again, because he's more qualified than me in most areas of this radio show, but this one he's particularly more qualified than me because it is, of course,
Andy's Gear Geek Corner.
What does that knob do? Oh, that's right, it is. It's Andy's Gear Geek Corner. What piece of amazing equipment are we talking about this week, Andy?
I don't know. I haven't asked Johnny yet. Johnny, what piece of equipment are we going to talk about tonight?
My gear, you mean?
None of us know.
Yeah. We're going to pick a piece of gear.
Yamaha RX5 vintage 80s drum machine.
Johnny, what is a Yamaha RX5?
It's like a drum machine workstation. Basically, it's got sample pads of all different kinds of drums, and even it's got synth sounds in it, which I haven't worked out yet. You can write patches for drum tracks as you go along, and it's the great thing about it on a studio basis is it has individual outputs for each drum, which means you can put each drum on a separate channel rather than a cheap drum machine that just has one stereo output and you have to basically set up a stereo mix. Each drum has its own output, and then you can process that as you would a drum kit. Panning stuff left and right, different effects, putting it through different kinds of EQs and stuff, and you get an amazing sound. Now, it was interesting, I was talking to someone in the studio about this, and he said that the samples on this particular drum machine, Yamaha would have got them off Lin, and they're the same ones that was on the Lin drum and the DBXs, I think the two sort of classic drum machines of the 80s. And this particular one was used by sort of the likes of New Order at one stage. I think You Spin Me Round like a record, that was done on an RX5 or similar. But it's got all those sort of sounds, claps, cowbells, but it also has cartridges as well. You've got data cartridges for rock drums, and there's another one with a Latin percussion collection as well. It's a massively versatile machine, and the audio quality on it is just amazing. I did have some problems getting it to sync in time with the sequence on my Prophet synthesizer, but I didn't have the MIDI signals set up correctly from the drum machine. Right. It was just triggering random notes, but I got that sorted.
How tweakable are the sounds on there?
You can change the accent on every single drum. You can tweak it up and down. You can change the tonalization. You can even reverse a drum on it. You can put. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but you can have the old, that the sound of reversed drums that they used to use in the 80s on a lot of the toms and stuff like that. It'll do all that as well. You can tweak each individual drum to whatever you want, really.
If it's sample based, then does that mean that you can use it not only as a drum machine, you can put other types of samples in there? So can you load your own samples in there? So could you use it to launch?
I don't know if you can use it as a sampler, but it has got samples of musical notes in there. You can actually use the drum machine to do a complete tune. There is somewhere on YouTube demos of people who've done complete tunes all on the RX5.
Really?
Bass lines and everything. Yeah, it's all in there. It's just a matter of figuring it out. It's a piece of professional audio gear at the end of the day, and it's a big piece of kit. I am at 80s style, unashamedly, and that's what I'll always be. I'm not even trying to be anything else, so that'll do me. And along with my friend Neil for live drums, I've got everything I need percussion-wise.
How many voices has it got? So I know you said you can load different cartridges in, but how many voices can you have going?
There's 12 different instruments on here. You can have them all playing. There's 12 of them. There's no limit to how many of them you can have going. But what is also a useful thing to do with this is you can have drums and toms doing things, and you can punch them in and out on the desk as well, because you've got them all on different channels. So if you've got certain things like a hand clap going, you don't want it going all the way through, you can punch that in and out on the desk as you're building your track.
Sounds amazing. I have heard some of your tunes with it on, and it's got a lovely distinctive sound, but it's actually quite the clarity on it as well.
It is. The outputs on it are very clean. You can make it sound like a drum machine if you want, but you can also make it sound like real drums as well.
If I wanted to get my hands on one of these, how much damage to the wallet would I expect?
£250 to £300.
Blimey.
Luckily, this was fully functional. There was no sticky buttons or anything. And it didn't stink of cigarette smoke. Sometimes you get this vintage gear and you can tell it's been in the smoky studio, somewhere like Martin Hannett in Strawberry Studios in the 80s, smoking cigarettes constantly over it. It doesn't do them any good, really. So I would suppose, really, for a young producer, you might be better off getting more of the more modern ones and then loading up samples of the older ones. It's just that I'm an old, stuck in the 80s man, and I like to have my hands on this bit of vintage gear, and so I bought it, and it does what I need it to do, but it wouldn't necessarily do what maybe what a young producer might want it to do. So get the modern one, I'd say, in that scenario.
It's a bit like the spaceship they're on.
Well, it is. This is a brand new piece of kit, though, and I don't know if you spotted, but Andy, if we look out the right porthole window, is that Uranus I can see out there? I've been waiting to do that for half an hour.
Do you know what? I nearly said yes.
Obviously, people on the radio can't see, but you actually looked to your right as well.
I did.
But that's right, because we are on a spaceship.
I was like, what's that doing out there? I don't remember leaving that there.
Oh, dear me. We're both over 50. Johnny, that was a fantastic, really interesting Gear Geek Corner. Thank you very much for that. So again, we'll try and stick a link down below or something like that to where you can actually look more information about that piece of machinery. Just give us the name of it again.
Yamaha RX5.
Yamaha RX5. There it is.
RX5.
Okay. And we'll stick that underneath there. Thank you very much, Andy. Thank you very much, Johnny. We're going to move on now into just an utterly beautiful piece of music. Andy, where are these?
You like this one, don't you?
It's gorgeous. Where did you find these from?
This is one guy, Dominic Lightfoot. Right. Our paths have crossed.
We've had him on before.
Yeah, the one with the heartbeat.
Yes, that's right.
The baby's heartbeat.
Yeah.
Me and Dave have done some nights with Dominic before as part of his Future Sounds thing. He's got a new album out called Astral Temple. I don't think it's out yet. I think he's got a couple of a bit of a teaser type single out at the moment. We've got one of the tunes that hasn't been released yet. And without showing off too much, we've actually got a special remix of this tune just for us tonight.
Well, it is amazing. Johnny, how did you find this?
I really could relax and meditate to that. I think it's sort of quite an interesting use of samples. It'll take you somewhere, it's really very relaxing, and I enjoyed it. Really good.
It's beautiful, and it was just the relaxing sound of the birds throughout there, the rainfall, the subtle rainfall in the background, and I just wrote down ethereal for this. It's just the whole
good
thing.
Word.
Wow, thank you very much. I spent a while trying to think of that one. It's one of my 5.
I heard someone pronounce that I heard someone pronounce it ethereal the other day.
Yeah, they pronounced it wrong. But it is. It's a piece of music that you can genuinely get absorbed in. And I wrote down as well. I just wish I could make music like this. I actually found a pad last night, and I was trying with this pad I found last night. So I'm going to make a subtle piece of music for once. I'm going to do something that's really nice and easy to listen to, just relaxing. And could I do it? No, absolutely not. I just couldn't get the beat right, I couldn't get the percussion right, I couldn't get anything right at all other than the pad, which I found somewhere else. And this is the piece of music I would want to make. It's just lovely.
This piece of music, it was beat free. When he first sent it over, it is an ambient piece.
Right.
But he, like I just mentioned, that he decided he would do a radio edit of it, and he's actually built a percussive element to it, especially for us tonight, which honestly I can't get over the fact that he's done that for us. But when this comes out, it will be an ambient piece like you're describing.
Right.
So we're getting the beatsy version.
Well, I like the beatsy version, and I can't wait to hear the ambient version as well. It's just stupendously good. I wrote down clangers, Andy. Not because it's a clanger, but because if I rewound back to my childhood, we are on the Newman 480. We're in the middle of space, and the clangers was a very relaxing, ethereal piece of TV.
Oh, do you know, I haven't got one. You took me by surprise there, honestly. Children of the Stones. Look a bit like Donald Trump.
We'll go with that. Right, okay. Tell you what, do you want to push the launch button, Andy?
Only Human Radio.
Anyway, so that was a beautiful piece of music, though. Thank you very much indeed for that. All right, moving on. We've got some more friends of ours. We've got Marianne Holland and our good old friend Martin. So we've had them on as separate acts before. So last week, actually, wasn't it? We had Fourth Eden on, and we had Marianne on as their separate acts with their separate songs. And this week we've got Hidden Flame, which is them working as... Is it a duo or a trio, Andy?
Well, that's a good question. I think predominantly it's Marianne and Martin.
Right.
So Marianne and Martin from Fourth Eden, fact fans. But on this particular track that we have chosen, they've got one of their mates, a guy called John David Morris, who's when you hear the tune, you'll hear a female vocal. That's Marianne.
Right.
And I think I'm right, but the other male vocal you'll hear is not. The other vocal you'll hear isn't Martin. It's actually John David Morris.
Right. Okay.
So it's a friend of theirs.
Right.
So it's a tune, absolute tune.
It is an absolute tune. And again, one of the because I'd only seen the name of the song, I hadn't looked at the name of the artist, so I'd just written down fantastic vocals on it as well. And I hadn't realised it was Martin and Marianne until we've just talked about it now and you said, well, actually, did you not realise that's Martin and Marianne? Oh, crikey! And then all of a sudden, two and two together, and it's there. So how did you find it, Johnny?
Oh, I loved it. It was, for me, it was outstanding on many levels. The production quality was right up there.
Yeah.
Song smithing on a professional level. The vocal combinations were great. I just loved everything about this. And if they've got more like this, they've got real potential to go somewhere with that. I honestly think that. It's my kind of music anyway, so yeah, I really love it.
I agree. Sorry, Andy, I just can say I agree with you entirely, and that there is more like this, Johnny. Honestly, these two are so talented that they can reel out that much stuff independently and together. It's amazing. They are just amazing.
Yeah. Very good.
I mean, I wrote down again, this feels like an 80s hit. This felt like a song I'd heard before.
It reminded me of Alan Wilder era Depeche Mode, who was a phenomenal musician. And it just had that sort of dark Depeche Mode feel to it, to me.
Yeah, they're drawing on... not that age has anything to do with that. I'm not being ageist or anything, but it's just... They've got a lot of wealth of experience, obviously, behind them and stuff to draw on, influences and stuff, the same as I do as well. And I can really relate to that.
And really good taste, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of music, as we always get from those guys. So I tell you what, why don't we push the launch button, Andy?
Only Human Radio.
My voice has been silent. lost in the darkness, trying to find the hidden truth. They pull the wool over your eyes, lead you forward half truths and lies, like a world, like a tried to say, hide your words in shades of gray, like the world, like our vision is blinded, our hands have been tied.
The feeder is poison to cloud the
we must take control
and fight all these purges, beckoning to our fragile Open your eyes.
You full with love, truths and like
Hey!
they pull the wool over your eyes, lead you forward half truths and lies, like the world, like the world. They twist the words you tried to say, hide your words in shades of gray, like the world, like the world.
That was Hidden Flame, Black World. I love anything they do, but that was just brilliant. As you say, that really had a Depeche Mode feel about it, didn't it?
Yeah!
Right, brilliant. Let's move on then. So next up, we've got... I'll tell you what it is. It's time for an amazing jingle. Andy's Master Blaster.
Time for tea.
That's right, it's Andy's Master Blaster. Tell us about this. This is a little bit of a step sideways for us in a way, Andy, isn't it? What an amazing step sideways it is. It's superb.
Yeah, this is like modern, innit? So I'm really so happy to be able to put something on, and even happier to say that every week we say, we'll play your tune, send your music over, and this guy did. It's a guy called Kingdumb, spelled Kingdumb, and the tune's called Gamer.
As in D-U-M-B?
D-U-M-B. He's had a lot of support from the BBC Asian network, over 200,000 streams, folks, and he contacted our little old radio station and requested we play his tune, and that's what we're going to do. So what can I say? It's brilliant. I really like it. My son likes it, and he's 13.
And I'm not surprised your son likes it, to be honest with you, because it's a rap about a video game, isn't it? Basically, Johnny, how did you come across it? Well, how did you find this?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest, I'm not really into rap, but I really enjoyed this. Obviously, great time into the rap, very skillfully done. It fits perfectly in with the music track as well, and yeah, I'm sure it will resonate with gamers. I mean, that could be used on a game advert, couldn't it?
Andy, would you put that down as drum and bass as well as rap?
I don't know where to put this. The thing is, though, I'm being reticent because modern sort of genres are a little bit of a tricky thing for me. I don't think it's drum and bass though, because I always think of Goldie
True.
And
True.
and Ronnie Size.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, that's ancient drum and bass. I don't know what drum and bass sounds like now. I'm not going there. I'm not going to even attempt to say what it is. I did write something down that I found quite intriguing on his website. It says hate or love it sound design. So I think he himself sees the music as being a bit Marmite, because he's described it as hate or love it sound design. So he knows that it's when you listen to this, it's going to go either way.
So I tell you what, it'd probably be a wise decision to press the launch button on this one as quickly as we possibly can.
Andy's Master Blaster.
Boom. Boom. I'm a gamer, straight to the head, I'm a perfect aimer. Quick, fast melee, farm XP going in like Pele. Watch my six please, that squad they're gonna get hit team. Stun in the room, flashbang straight to the face and boom. XP farming, leveling guns on my team disarming. Don't engage, let them fight, then we take first place. Look at the map, that one guy's got a stack of cash. Get that loot, I'll be here and I'll watch your back. Rifle ready, snipers out, now it's gonna get heavy. Blue building, one shot kill on the roof, then move. Eliminate it, go to the mark and obliterate it. Invigorated, teammate gone incinerated. I'm a gamer, straight to the head, I'm a perfect aimer. Quick, fast melee, farm XP going in like Pele. Watch my six please, that squad they're gonna get hit team. Stun in the room, flashbang straight to the face and boom. Close in, 3 more left so we go for the win. 1 on the ground, 1 up high and I'll stay mid. Teammate down, gunshots in from the north by the sound. Enemy dead, 2 more left, location ahead. Frag out, boom, one's finished, I scream and shout. Last one now, wish my mates in the gas passed out. All on me, camo in the woods, stood by a tree. All on me, tap tap straight to the skull easy. I'm a gamer, straight to the head, I'm a perfect aimer. Quick, fast melee, farm XP going in like Pele. Watch my six please, that squad they're gonna get hit team. Stun in the room, flashbang straight to the face and boom. I'm a gamer, straight to the head, I'm a perfect aimer. Quick, fast melee, farm XP going in like Pele. Watch my six please, that squad they're gonna get hit team. Stun in the room, flashbang straight to the face and boom.
Human Radio.
That was Kingdumb Gamer. What? That was just an astonishing piece of music. Really,
Yeah.
I mean, fast-paced as well.
Yeah. Funny, fun.
Yeah.
Bit of a, cheerful,
Yeah.
positive. I like that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was superb. Thank you very much for sending that in. Oh my God, can you believe it? I've left it a little bit late to turn the ship around. Gary's going to be very angry. We should have turned the ship around halfway through the show. So if you could,
Why don't we come back next week? Why don't we come back in 2 weeks?
I am rambling on because it's what I was trying to say is we've come to our last song of the evening, Andy. Can you believe that? But we have got Ross Alexander, who we haven't had on for a while, have we?
No. The reason... Well, it's because he's put something out. he's released some of his tunes. I loved what he said. He said, I'd rather put them out there than just leave them on my hard drive. And I thought, actually, that's a good reason to put your tunes out.
Yeah.
So they are it's a 6-track album, EP album, I think. Really, 6 long tracks. The album's called Cloudburst. It is available on Bandcamp, and it is brilliant. It's fabulous.
It's thumping. So if we want, so you say it's on Bandcamp. So do we search just for Ross Alexander on Bandcamp? Do we?
Ross Alexander, yes, on Bandcamp, and you will find him pretty easy. I bought it about 10 days ago. Haven't been, unhappy at all with it. It's been brilliant. Absolutely love it. Love it.
How did you find it, Johnny?
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. I could definitely... Back in the day, I'd have been dropping a couple of E's to this down the Hacienda a year ago. No, I did love the beat, and I loved the ambience of the track. Yeah, it was great. Really good.
Yeah, superb piece of music. And again, so if you had to roll yourself back to the 70s or 80s and wrap a children's memory show around this, what do you think you'd stick around this one?
Was the one called The Lost Cities of Gold?
They could have been.
The Cities of Gold. Do you remember it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. sounds great. I'd written down Grange Hill End of Term Disco. Zamo's gone a little bit wild, and he'd done exactly that, and he's dropped a couple of E's, and he's gone a little bit special. That's
You've
right,
aced that. You've absolutely aced that. Knocked it out of the park, Jules.
And then somebody's
My
thrown
Cities of Gold is rubbish.
Then somebody's thrown that sausage in from the side on that fork, like they always do at the beginning. And then somebody does that big face. The sausage is about to hit them.
Yeah.
Anyway, perhaps we ought to press that launch button, and it might be a wise idea about now.
Only Human Radio.
Ross Alexander, Cloudburst, that was a proper thumping 303, late night, I've been hard drinking, it's a smoky room, tell you what, it's the end of the night, but I don't want to stop yet beat.
It was.
It's
Can I just ask you a quick question? Can I ask you a question? Did you get a 303 for Christmas?
I did, I've got it over there. It's, my...
Because you've not mentioned it
TD3.
at all.
Do you know why?
Why?
I'm a little bit disappointed.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've got an Akai Force and I've also reinvested in machine again, so I've got another piece of machine hardware again, and I am very much screen focused.
Thing is, though, you can't sell it because it's a Christmas present.
I know, exactly. I know. Kids,
So
the
you're
kids
stuck
are
with it
crying.
forever?
I know, and they keep saying, "Are you not going to use it?" So, yeah, use it all the time. It's when you've gone to bed. Oh, dear. So, Andy, it's time to have a bit of a rundown of what we've had on tonight. So, do you want to give us the top 7?
Okay, so first up, we had Dave Julian, Crushed by You. Absolute. I don't know why we've waited so long to
Great
get
song.
that on. Then at number 2, we've got Dr. Skime, Dead Dog's Dick.
Okay, dog stick.
3, we've got Johnny's Tune, Space Funk Girl.
Beautiful tune.
Absolutely brilliant. At number 4, we had Lifeform, a special version just for us, Healing Ritual. You won't hear it anywhere else, folks. Yeah. At number 5, Hidden Flame, Black World. That was Martin and Marianne and their mate John David Morris.
Lovely again.
At number 6, we had Kingdumb, Gamer, Pro Skills.
I'd like to hear more from that as well. I'm going to look more stuff up, but I'd love another song of his on the show.
Okay, well, we'll get back to him. And at last but no means least, finishing off the show with a beautiful storming tune, we had Ross Alexander and Cloudburst, a flurry of TB3.
A flurry of TB3 indeed. And we've had our special guest tonight, Johnny Diamond. Johnny, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you.
Thank you so much to both of you for having me on. It's been great. I've really enjoyed myself.
Oh, good. Well, no,
Cool.
thank you. Thank you for your insight on the tunes. Thank you for your Gear Geek Corner with Andy, which is always an insightful interview. As always, Andy.
Yeah.
And also, thank you very much indeed to Gary Newman for lends of the Newman 480 Space Hopper. We haven't, actually, Andy's spilt a little bit of tea on one of the knobs over there, but I'm sure we'll be able to wipe it off. Has the light come back on, Andy? Or has it stayed off? Has it come back on?
No, it's got a bit sticky. It's got a bit sticky around the edge. So anyway,
You're right.
I'm not going to carry on with that description.
Yeah, we'll get some wet wipes on it later. It'll be fun. Anyway, we'll sort that out. And we're going to try and make the return journey in the Newman 480 in the next episode, which I'm sure everybody will be most excited about. So it's down to you, Andy, to say the very big goodbye. Fantastic space voice, 11 out of 10. Johnny?
Live long and prosper.
Oh, even better. I don't know what to do now. I just have to go, goodbye.